That'll be all the way down, and that is going to be low, bitch. Hell yes. Hell yeah. All right, so I have my truck level front to back and level side to side. So now I can get my new K-member in. I marked center of the wheel, which was, if you remember, 21 5/8 from the front of that hole. Same on the other side. And that pretty much lined up with the center of this hole. Pretty happy with how this whole measurement thing turned out with not knowing what I'm doing. So I'm confident that this is center of my wheel. So now what I have to do is set this in place, install my A-arms on here with my spindle, and tack it in place, put my fender on. I'm gonna see if I can get my wheel on there too, and then jack it up, and then we can see what this truck is gonna look like in the front with my wheels and my K-member. So that's pretty freaking exciting. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get on it. All right, so the instructions tell you to turn these all the way in to the A-arms and then turn them out 5 turns. And then you put these clevises on with Scots facing up, right? And then you put 3 washers on the inside, 1 on the outside. And then when you try to put these on, they don't line up. So it says to turn these out evenly until they fit together. So total out, I have 11.5 turns. I don't know if that's too much because I didn't take them all the way out, so I hope it's on by more than a couple threads. This is not my final assembly, so I did not put anti-seize on here, on these bolts. I just put some royal purple oil on there to keep them from messing anything up. And then it's pretty tight. I torqued them to 50 inch-pounds because it is a mock-up and I want everything to be how it's supposed to be. I need to torque the ball joints and then figure out where center is and line it up with here. Put a tack weld in, put on my rotor, put on my wheel, put on my fender, see where it sits. And that is awesome. This is getting so close. I mean, I'm so far, yet so close, because I'm still going to have to cut out a piece of the frame here to clearance for the bag, and I'm still going to have to cut out something here so I can clearance for my tie rods. But I got myself a plasma cutter, which I should have got a long time ago, but I didn't, and I got it now, and that's awesome. It's going to make things a lot easier to cut. All right, let's figure out center. Tack this bitch in. Unfortunately, these wheels are not going to work because the inside doesn't fit around this hub, which is really freaking unfortunate because, I don't know, maybe I'll get these machined or something. I don't know, but I really want to use those wheels. It fits over here, but it doesn't fit past that little lip. So that's kind of stupid. But anyways, I got the fender sitting in place. That is like just beautiful. It just fits right in the center, and I'm so happy with it. And it's gonna be low. That's not even all the way down. That'll be all the way down, and that is gonna be low, bitch. Hell yes. Hell yeah. Hopefully it'll sit on the ground, which Scott's told me it will. I'm gonna find that probably pretty close to it. So what I found here to the edge of here, if you put a tape measure on the back of this rivet and pull it up to the edge of this, was exactly 18 inches. So that worked out pretty easy to measure out. For now, I'm going to take this apart, weld this whole thing in, and hopefully my welds are good enough for a truck to drive on, because I suck at welding. So let's get this. Let's see what ride height is. Let's put this at ride height and see how it looks. That's about ride height right there. And that's going to be pretty tucked. So that's cool. So big step, welding that piece of shit in. Someone told me I should show my welds before I grind them down. I am not a professional, but I think that I did an awesome job for being me. You know, did a little practice here just to make sure my tool was set up right, make sure my welder was set up right. And she's weldered. I think I did pretty good. Got a couple extra spots that had little holes, you know, because I'm an amateur. Yep, she's in there. She's not coming out. I hope she's not coming out. Perfectly zero side to side. Perfectly zero front to back. I am fucking impressed with myself on this. Never done anything like it. It's freaking sweet. I'm gonna go eat lunch and then figure out what's next. So, whatever. See you in a second. Now we need to install this notch for the airbag, so it'll clear the frame when I move the suspension up and down. And that's crazy because this is thicker than the frame. Like, it's deeper than the frame. What the fuck? So it's kind of crazy because it'll be like that. So I don't know what to do. So let's figure it out. All right, well, I got this bag plate, this bag notch, I guess, tacked in. I can't put it all the way in because it's thicker than the frame, right? So the frame's not that thick, but whatever. So it's sticking out, whatever. I'm not supposed to weld it in yet. I'm supposed to wait to weld it in later, according to the instructions. So that's okay. After I weld it in, I'll just cut it out, which won't be a big deal. You might wonder, oh no, I got a new plasma cutter. Why didn't I use it? Because I've never used it before and I don't want to mess anything up by learning on my frame. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to the other side, get that in there, and then I'm going to call it a weekend. It's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along. There's not a whole lot left on the front now. I think after I do this side, then I got to do the bag mounts, and then I got to cut out something for the tie rods. That I'll be using my plasma cutter for. So I'm pretty pleased with myself. I got the K member welded in, and I got those bag notches tacked in. So that's pretty cool. Next week there's a few more things to do. I don't know what, but it looks like I'm on track to have the front end done easily by the end of January, which is cool. I just got to make sure I have time every weekend to do something. And then in February, I'll be doing the rear end, which hopefully I have enough time to do that. And that's going to be fun, and I'm just going to figure it out as I go. So thanks for watching. Like it, subscribe it, and you get to see a pretty badass truck. It's going to be pretty badass.